You know what? I'm so glad that Lionel Messi is very close to retiring because when I watched the last international game that he played, possibly his last, I was kind of hoping that that would be his last because I grew very tired of a lot of the fan base that Lionel Messi has. The Lionel Messi fan base is the most irritating fan base I've ever seen in my life. And they are up there with the Taylor Swifts, the Kendrick Lamars, the Beyoncés, even Eminem. And I know they're musicians, but there are some top 10 worst fan base of all time. And Lionel Messi is probably in the top three. So for me, personally, I think that, yeah, he is one of the best players ever, along with Ronaldo, along with Ibrahimovic, along with Lewandowski, along with all the other defenders as well. Like obviously Maldini, I remember. Yeah, he's up there. But when it comes to, let's say, Ronaldo, his career, he stepped outside his comfort zone and tried to blend in and adapt to different leagues whenever he moved to another country. On the other hand, Lionel Messi had to wait until he was 34 to move to another club because Barcelona were going through financial issues and they had to basically let Messi go and he moved to one of the top teams in Europe. Now, I was hoping that he would score 20 plus goals in his first season at PSG, right? No, he only scored about 6 league goals in 34 appearances. I repeat, 6 league goals in 34 appearances, and yet you lot claim that he is the GOAT, which, yeah, I'm sure he is. But me personally, I think that he's not better than Ronaldo. I prefer Ronaldo over Messi. Ronaldo can do a lot of things that Messi can do, but there are some things that Messi can't do that Ronaldo can do. Ronaldo, when it comes to headers, he can jump so high that it's like, yo, you never see how high he can jump. He's such a fast player as well. He's so quick that honestly it would be hard to catch up to him at times when chasing the ball. But also, at least he was consistent with his performances. Messi has been in Barcelona for so long that now that he is older, he went into a different league and it will be harder to adapt because it feels like you're in your own comfort zone for so long that it's just like, what is this? But then at the same time, Ballon d'Or has to be the worst part. Ballon d'Or is one of the most annoying money laundering Lionel Messi bumlickers I've ever had to witness. And I swear to God, when I saw Messi win the Ballon d'Or because he won the World Cup, that's how you know how biased they are. There has been way better players that had better season that season. Back when he won the award in, I'd say, 2020-21 season, that wasn't even his best season. In fact, I would have given it to Lewandowski, but no, you gave it to Messi instead. And it's just like the bias that the Ballon d'Or has to endure is just so irritating. And worst of all is that he plays in a league that I do not find interesting. Either way, the hype about the La Liga is so annoying. People think that because the La Liga is better, therefore you have players like Barcelona, not players, like teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid winning the Champions League more times than most teams in outside of Spain. Like some teams in England as well. And, yes, Real Madrid have won more Champions League trophies, yes. But that doesn't mean I can't say that the La Liga is so boring. It is not that interesting. It's always been Barcelona or Real Madrid. And every once in a while, you will always get Atletico Madrid winning it. But they haven't won it since 2020 and 2021 season, let alone have Barcelona and Real Madrid win it every single time. I'm bored. When you look at other leagues, such as the Premier League, at least we have a variety of teams that have won it. Yeah, sure, we had teams that won it 3 times in a row, but there was always starting off something fresh. I remember back in 2010 and 2019 decade, things were so diverse in terms of the amount of teams that have won it during that decade, it was so mixed. I was so happy when I managed to see competition, competition, competition. If it was, let's say, Serie A, it would have been Juventus all the way through. Bundesliga, Bayern Munich all the way through. La Liga, Barcelona all the way through. It would have been so boring to watch the same team win it 5 seasons in a row. I would have stopped watching football by then. So hence why I'm just happy that we can no longer talk about Messi all the time because the fan base. And here's one question about the fan base: how the hell do you have time to analyze everything that Messi does on the pitch, but don't have time to analyze anything, any other players that are also on the pitch, saying who's done better at this and that? I've seen pictures and screenshots of Messi's performances every time the fan base comes in and just tends to talk about how great he is and all that stuff. Even when it's not his best game, they always find a way to just talk so much gibberish about how best, how great, and everything he is right now. And I'm just like, dude, this is so biased and such a bum licking thing to do. What are you doing? So, right now, I'm just really annoyed with the fan base, and I really can't wait for the fan base to just stop because it just drives me nuts. And I love football, I really do. And I tend to step away from some things, but sometimes I cannot bear it when I see the Ballon d'Or, when I see the fan base, when I see La Liga, and how the media talks so highly about Messi and all that stuff. But then it's like there are some downsides to it. I actually remember when this moment when he was at Inter Miami, he said to one of the players, "As long as I'm here, you're not going in the Argentina squad." I may be paraphrasing, but that is not a nice thing to say. In fact, that shows how big of an ego he has. If Ronaldo said that, how many of you guys would be on his neck talking about how, oh, he shouldn't have said that, he shouldn't have said this? But if it's Messi saying it, oh, nah, he's right. He's saying this thing. It's like, bro, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And when I see that, it drives me insane sometimes. And I just can't bear it. So I'm kind of glad that Messi is very close to retiring because I've had enough of the fan base completely. But that's not to say that Messi is the overrated or the worst player of all time. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I can't wait for him to retire so that the fan base and the media just stop being so biased towards other players and just so focused on one player like he's just a one-man team that he can do anything, everything. He has bad games, he has bad days. So let that settle in for you guys, please. That's all I gotta say.